I am Dungeon Master, your guide in the realm of Dungeons and Dragons.
All right, welcome back, everyone. I am the Dungeon Master, and this is Heroes Wanted. We are rejoining the party tonight after they have been in a showdown with a Shadow Oni. And when you showdown with a Shadow Oni, you show up and bring a lunch because it takes a lot to overcome their resistances and various legendary powers, etc., etc., etc. And when pushed to their limit, Tak has succumbed to the grinding of the gears of time and the Shadow Oni's necrotic powers and lost his life while Oberon, Creth, and Nova are intermittently trying to deal with the Shadow Oni and his Shadow minions. And right when things were looking pretty bad, in walked a familiar face, a foe that has presented problems many times in the past, someone whose voice they instantly recognized as General Vasanthus, the vampire lord who has been a thorn in their sides, now offering to assist them. They don't know what new game or trick or what could be happening here. Why would Vasanthus offer to help you guys? But nonetheless, here he stands in your doorway. Well, what will it be then, my friends? Are we to be allies, or are we to be enemies? And as he says that, you guys, you know, don't even have to roll for wisdom at advantage to know that 1 plus 1 is 2, and 4 plus 1 is 5, and 5 to 1 is better than 4 to 2, and you know that's just some real quick math for you. But nonetheless, That's just me making sure that you as players are aware of what your characters would know before you just, you know, knee jerk react to, not that it would be knee jerk per se at this point. I mean, you've had a week really to process this, but nonetheless, you know, before you just
What? PTSD panic?
yeah, you know, so if you guys needed, you know, to be reminded that your characters would understand that at the very least not having to fight two of them at the same time is good, you know, you've now been reminded. But by all means, please uh, let me know how your characters react as Visanthus stands in the doorway.
At what cost?
Yeah, Oberon would not be happy about this.
Uh, Look, I have this thing. Let him help if he's gonna do it honestly. If something turns out bad, we can just turn around and whip his ass. We've kind of been able to do it every other time the need arose, except like once.
Well, first of all, I must say fuck you for that. But nonetheless, also the cost is quite simple. I help you. Together, we help each other when we reach the Shadowfell.
For what purpose?
My purpose aligns with yours, I assure you.
My purpose is only to bring peace and to see that you are saved from the curse that you have granted yourself. What have, in terms of us expecting us to trust you, what have you done to Koalan?
I have done nothing to Koalan, and I assure you I did not ask for this curse. By the way, as we are speaking, the Shadow Oni is totally axing us all to pieces.
Yeah, I was about to ask, do we really have time for prolonged conversation? We can hash out the details after the active combatants are dead. Worry about the insidious kind later.
Otherwise, I can just destroy you here and now. I mean, really, it's your choice.
I think we should take this deal. It's very easy to back out of if things go wrong.
Yeah, like, what are you guys signing a contract here or something?
I don't
Yeah,
think
it's
we have
just
much
like
of a choice.
you just yeah. We accept his help because it's convenient and we need it. And if something happens, we'd just fucking kick his ass, so turn to farts and fly home. That's how this always goes.
Yeah, I don't think we have much choice here.
And sure as you know, day, Shadow 15 all of a sudden appears and attacks Cress.
Oh no, the Shadow Ninjas now look like a different kind of Shadow Ninja.
Yeah, we changed in between scenes. You didn't even notice.
God, that reminds me of that one fucking dinosaur boss that would change his jackets mid-fight during a teleport.
Oberon.
Uh, so we're still in combat?
Yes, sir.
Yep, we left directly in the middle of a combat last session, just when Visanthus did his big, sitcom entrance coming through the door.
Lucy, I'm home.
Well, I mean,
It's funny because I was thinking Kramer.
He just
Barges
comes
in.
flying in with his hair all frizzled and
Yeah,
frazzled.
flopping and shit.
Oh, I love it.
well, I'll attack. I've no choice but to.
Do you say or react to Visanthus in any way?
My character would not be happy, but I think he just stays quiet at this point.
Okay, yeah. I just, wanted to make sure everybody was given the chance to and all that. That's all.
Yeah, I think he just kind of turns to him with a weird look on his face.
Huh. Funny, I could not tell the difference.
Should I be attacking or?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I mean, even if you attack Visanthus or whatever, yeah, by all means, attack.
Please don't attack Visanthus.
Well,
That's a little bit more we could chew on.
no, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to come across like I was encouraging you to attack Visanthus.
Yeah, that wouldn't be good.
I just meant that whatever you wanted to do is all good.
Oh man. I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm acting new. I'm just fucking tired.
Oh, you hack away at the shadow, critically wounding it. And disrupting its connection to this plane as it dissipates and disappears.
Okay. That's my turn.
Shadow 7. Oh, Sage, can you mute?
Sorry.
And then Shadow 7 attacks you. Oh, man, I wish I had a Shadow companion to get some flanking with here. Ah, crapola. I think Nova still has on her thing. Let me double check. I am seeing Spirit Guardians, yes.
And Sanctuary.
At your height, 10. I think this guy is in your bubble. I'm having a little bit of trouble. Just a second. Yeah, he should be. All right, so I'm going to target him for you and do the thing. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to do algebra without the grid on the map to make it easy, because for whatever reason, no virtual tabletop has been able to give you a 3D, model of this is how high something is up and how many squares away it is. Okay, and that was a 4th level Spirit Guardians. He has to make his save. He fails. He takes the damage. And he takes the extra damage. He doesn't need to. So that is a destroyed shadow. I'd say dead shadow, but they aren't really alive, which is what allows you to be so aggressive. Aggressive, very aggressive. So I am going to step over Tok's dead body and charge up the stairs at Obi-Wan Kenobi over here, staying just out of range of Nova's Guardians of the Galaxy.
If he moves in my range, I get a
Yes, you do,
reaction.
sir. Yes, you do. Go right ahead and take that. And I also lied. There's no way that I can do that. So I am just not going to. So I
Okay.
don't want to get chewed up by Nova's spirits. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I'll just move the rest of the way over to here. Nope, can't do that either. Wow. Nova's really shutting down my whole operation here. Alright. Screw it. Visanthus it is. I wasn't going to attack Visanthus until he made himself obvious, but there's just really nobody else to attack. Visanthus laughs as the shadow comes near, raising his cloak of bats. He turns into the swarm of bats and begins to fly away as a reaction. And he flies over to, like, here. Just out of range of Nova's Guardians.
They only attack who I target.
Oh, okay. You're not gonna target him. Okay, then yeah, then I
Yeah,
will.
see, you're thinking about Guardian of Faith, which attacks all hostile targets. So I choose who I attack.
Gotcha.
Who gets
Okay.
attacked.
Yeah. I want to stay flanking the Shadow Oni anyway, though, so I don't have to test your commitment to this alliance just yet. All right. Shadow 13. Where are you on the map? I am not seeing you. Oh, I get to pop up. I will be useless and pop up here and just stand there because there's not much I can do. I guess I can attack Visanthus. Yeah, it barely scratches one of the bats.
Yeah, you know what I want to see? You know, it'd be absolutely downright fucking hilarious if, like, the shadow things just sat this of all his strength and kill him.
That would be funny.
And we're like, what happened?
Unfortunately, he is immune to their strength drain since he is undead. The Shadow Oni, seeing Visanthus enter the battlefield, decides that perhaps this is a oh, well, crap. First I have to summon more shadows. Oh, 6 more shadows. Nice. Alright, so 6 more shadows are going to show up, but don't worry about that because the Shadow Oni decides that perhaps Visanthus is the biggest threat here and tries to attack him. And then gores him. His lungs are pierced. He shoves his horn straight through Visanthus and holds him up in the air before Visanthus bursts into bats once again, freeing himself. He's immune to the stunning, so. Cress.
Well, there are plenty of hostile shadow monsters here, so I'm gonna start with them.
Oh crap! I just read the bottom part of that. Since he can't be stunned, and the healing doesn't apply since he regenerates, obviously. I get an action point. I'm going to attack him again. Screw you, Visanthus. All right. Go ahead. Sorry about that.
It's okay. Hmm. 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 Yes.
Hey, can I get an audio quality check? I'm driving. I just want to make sure you guys aren't hearing any feedback.
Your
Not-
audio is
not too
quality
bad.
and minimal feedback.
Yep.
Fantastic.
Yep. Good enough. All right. And
And
it
my
is
turn.
your turn, Nova. You are still in basically the middle of the chamber, up in the air about 10 feet, surrounded by your spiritual guardians. And you have Oberon at about half health. In fact, I think it's exactly half health. Cress at full health. General Visanthus at full health. Tak is, of course, dead. And there are shadows all just hanging outside of your range, unwilling to get chewed up in the buzzsaw that is your spirit guardians.
All right, I will fly a little bit up and then towards. I'm so sorry. His new characters. Brawler's character.
Oberon?
Yes, Oberon. And I will use Cure Wounds level 3.
Level 3, Cure Wounds.
You know what? While we're at it, I'm so sorry. I'll use my staff.
Staff. So if you're using your staff, what level can it be?
Level. How many charges do I have?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
3.
Level 3. Okay, gotcha. Alrighty, and so he is healed somewhat as you touch your staff to him. Do you do anything else?
I believe my sacred weapon has a range of 60 feet.
Yes.
Spiritual weapon, excuse me.
Yes.
I will use it to strike the Oni, or attempt to strike the Oni.
Yes, and you can get um bleh, advantage because you can maneuver it around behind him, and Visanthus is attacking, and so that will allow your spiritual weapon to attack with advantage. So, would you like to do that?
Use my 5 damage.
I'm sorry, you were breaking up there. I'm just going to assume that you're doing the tactically smart thing.
Yes, and I would like to use my racial ability to do additional damage.
Ah, yes, yes. No worries about that. First, we got to hit. Ah, there you go. And you do. Boom, you hit. And Radiant Soul. Huh. That should already be on you.
It usually is.
Or I turned it on now. So, um, oh, wait. No, don't do that to Oberon. Oh, crap. I just did all of that to Oberon. Uh, this is why I don't play players.
Oh shit! You hear that blood?
Alright, so let's take this off.
Yeah, just Nova goes full blown Daenerys and just loses it. Start attacking people for no reason.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Alright, so Oberon's good, back where he should be. And now I need to apply all of that to the Shadow Oni. Who you actually missed. So I don't have to apply anything, I just have to turn off his extra little thing. Boom. Alright.
Gotcha.
So now he has parried, and you have attacked, cured, moved. I think you're good, huh?
Yep. And by doing that, I no longer have Sanctuary on
Ah, duly noted.
that attack.
Destroying Sanctuary. Boom. Alright. And Shadow. Clam Chowder is going to rush over to Crest but cannot attack.
I should put a little Q here sign.
And then this one is going to just straight up attack. Wishing it could go behind you to flank. Wishing it could roll higher than a 2 to actually hit. And end my turn, on which turn the Shadow Oni teleports over by Nova, thereby taking.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I should
Yeah,
be like 10 feet in the air.
yeah. Well, you're within his range. That's fine. But the Spirit Guardians, that's the thing I'm making sure. You know.
If he starts his turn in my area or if he goes into it.
Correct. Which is exactly what is happening right now. Yes, success. Which means I still take half damage, right? Then let me read this real quick to make sure.
Yes, you take half damage.
On a failed, creature
And it's
takes. On a success, takes half as much. Yeah, okay. Ooh.
cool. I'll apply my Radiant Soul.
Yes,
Thingy.
you will. Yes, you will. So the Radiant Soul was already applied for the thing, but now there's also the ongoing, Radiant Soul damage for 1 minute. And that is that turn. Okay. Just wanted to make sure. General Visanthus is not sure. He could do a couple of things here, but I think what we need to do is take out the Shadow Oni. So I am going to bat form over behind him, and flank it, trusting that your Spirit Guardians are not going to chew me up. And I assume I have flanking from one of you, if not both of you. I strike the Shadow Oni once. Just once. And then that is all. Darn. I wanted to be slightly more effective that turn. Sorry, usually I am far more impressive in combat. Oh wait, I have fought you before, you know this. Obi.
I'm gonna try attacking him. Is his special ability down?
Uh, as of right this moment, he does not have his deflection ability where he gets the extra +3, so his armor class is a measly 22.
Measly 22? Okay, I'm gonna take off Great Weapon Master and try to hit him.
All right, 1 second. This one just says Great Weapon Master, but doesn't have any effect on. So I think you're good.
Okay, well, I'll try to attack him.
Yes, sir.
What's Shadow 8?
Advantage because I am providing flanking bonus for you as we attack this shadow monster together.
Where's...
Oh, hold on.
Oh, my bad.
Okay. So what happened here is you rolled a critical hit, but then you attacked again. And so even though you got a critical hit eye gouge, which wouldn't actually affect this guy since he's ethereal, you wouldn't be able to like take his eye out like that. But now you didn't deal the right damage. So let me change that. Also, you're targeting Shadow 8 for some
Yeah,
reason.
and
I'll, I'll, I'll fix that. Don't worry. Don't worry. It's all good. So Shadow 8 also took 12 damage, I'm assuming. Yeah, okay. So we'll do that. And then the Oni took 12. So we will do this. Okay. Now target the Oni, but remember to go up to the plus minus in the upper right and click critical.
okay.
Because I want you to at least get your damage. You're already getting screwed out of an effect. You rolled an effect, but it says blinded, but you can't blind him with your corporeal weapon, so you're able to deal damage, just not that kind of permanent damage. You're
Did it
more
do...
Yeah,
Did it do damage?
yep. See how it did 2 D10s there? One black one green one.
Okay, so I'm good there. Okay,
You're
and
perfect.
I'm at advantage again.
You're at advantage again, yes sir. Perfect. Oh, it looks like I could have just left at 12 damage. It was the same either way, but you know me, I'm a stickler for keeping things like right.
And my glaive butt.
Yes, hit him with your butt.
He's getting butt hit. Miss. Okay. Well, I took a good chunk off of him.
Yes, indeed. There, pour it on. We can take this thing. General Visanthus turns to the shadow. You are pathetic. Nothing. I will deal with your master, and you will disappear into the nothingness that you came from. And the Shadow Oni cannot teleport. I instead Shadow Bolt Visanthus. Nothing doing. And more shadows show up, but like I said, just don't even worry about that. This is a case of like the shadows are almost inconsequential at this point. Yes, they're a threat, and I'm going to keep enough on the board to make them a threat, but it's really focus fire on the boss situation. So I can add as many shadows to the board as I like. They're all just going to kind of pile up and then either, you know, never be used or just, whatever. But just that we're clear, like, when I roll this d6 here to like, now I have 8 more besides what's on the board that I can like do whatever with. So I have basically infinite shadows. And the Shadow Oni attacks.
A lot of attacks per turn. Action economy is like super inflated right now.
Oh! As the Shadow Oni goes to pierce Visanthus with his horn, Visanthus turns into the swarm of bats and just kind of like bites and pecks at him, causing him to stumble backwards, leaving him open to Oberon's attack. Oberon, you will have advantage on your next attack, but you did anyway, so you know.
Did the Oni leave? Did the Oni start his turn in my
Oh,
radius?
yes. Thank you. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. I'll make sure to remind you.
Yeah. Try to anyway. Oh God, this is why I hate being responsible for this because I feel like shit every time I miss something.
It's not your fault.
I
I'm
know,
gonna be
but
100%
still.
honest with you. I'm gonna be 100 million% honest with you. I played clerics and other games, and DMs would just straight up ban spiritual guardians because they were like, I just don't feel like doing that, and then we'd be like, Are you serious?
No, I
Like
would
it's
I
not
would never
exactly a broken spell. It's
I
good
would
spell.
I would
Not a
never
broken.
I would never do that. I'd just be like, oh, your spells don't work. Oh. Alrighty, and I'll reapply Radiant Soul just to make sure. And do. Yeah, I think we are good. Yes. Cress.
If I'm not mistaken, Oberon, you were about to offer Oberon an attack of opportunity.
No. On his turn, he gets advantage.
Okay.
But he already would have been anyway, so like it doesn't really do much. Cressy. Hello?
Yeah, I'm just slapping the shadow.
Ooh, shadow slapping. You're a shadow boxer.
Yeah, I'm just gonna split that one. Let's see if I can follow it up with the double 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 double.
I don't have any line to go right here.
And it's good enough damage. Good.
Hey, yeah, you strike at the shadow and its form wavers. You can tell that, you're dealing damage, although you do wish it was double the amount.
Yes, if only I could inexplicably, rip shadows apart with twice the efficiency, it would solve all of my household shadow-related problems.
Exactly. Does this ever happen to you?
Fucking goddammit. Yeah, what's it called? Dawnbringer? Where's Dawnbringer? Didn't that do double damage to undead?
Yes. All right, Nova. It is now your turn. You are up in the air, though, next to Oberon. The Shadow Oni is by you. There is not enough room in this barrow tomb to get out of its reach, no matter how high you fly. So you're, give or take, eye level with the Oni as you fly near the roof of this chamber.
All right. I will. My strength is still really low, right?
It's half. You have 16 strength, but 8 strength damage, bringing you down to 8.
Okay. I will cast Sacred Flame upon him. And then I will attack him with my spiritual weapon. Sacred Flame's a cantrip, by the way.
Yes. Okay, so first we got Sacred Flame. We roll. He fails. You deal 2d8 radiant, but also your plus 10. And then your spiritual weapon attacks. And deals damage. And then you would technically have your standard action still, because it would be a...
Well, I just used, I guess.
Oh no, standard action was your Sacred Flame.
Yeah, because I know they're both bonus action attack things, but I used both of them, so.
Yeah, and then bonus action to attack with the spiritual weapon. So you'd have your move action.
I will stay over Oberon.
Okay. And Shadow 11 attackifies Cress. Ah, he hit you. Ah! You feel your life draining from you, don't you? Yes. Give in to the terror.
He's saying that to Cress?
Oh, that's not Visanthus. That's just me being ridiculous. The shadows don't actually talk.
Oh. I was gonna say, like, what, who do you... It's like you're
I
fighting alongside us and telling us to die?
yeah, yeah. No,
Like, what? You need to
Just be
despair.
like,
I
just
don't.
like, sorry guys, force a habit.
Yeah, yeah. I I don't have a good
Everyone is from Transylvania.
I don't have a good outlet for my shit talking right now, so you know.
All enemies in this game
How,
are from Romania.
how much? Like 3? Ah, I can fucking deal with that.
Yeah, but now I'm going to make it more.
No. Ah, you
Ooh.
lucky, you fucker.
And I rolled
You
double, so
fucker.
I get to go again.
I'm gonna fucking rain hellfire on you.
Now it's 5 strength. Ha ha ha. And at the end of Shadow 12's turn, the Shadow Oni teleports to right here. And then Shadow 16, and it doesn't matter, it just does that. There you go. And General Visanthus is like, hey, do not try to escape, for I am here to end you. Is it alright if I consider you an ally to move through your square?
Who's
Nova,
he
the
talking to?
vampire is asking polite. Yeah, the vampire is asking politely if they may enter your space.
He's asking me, I suppose.
Ah, thank you. Let me change my faction to friendly. I'm sorry, it has to go past hostile. Do not take that to mean anything.
I have to put that on a quote card. The vampire is asking politely to enter your space.
Seems like a bad idea.
Yeah. Ah, I totally forgot. I am a legendary creature, and I could totally do actions on not my turn.
Yeah, why can't we get some of that awesome sauce?
You
Also, Shadow Oni.
totally can. Oberon, remind me at the end of your turn to take an action like the cheating fuck I am.
Say also, I didn't get to comment, but the Shadow Oni is now here, so I get to say, welcome, Shadow Oni, to my Shadow Slaying corner. You are now number 1 on the list.
Oberon.
Okay. So let's see what. I will attack the Shadow Oni. I have advantage, right?
You do. Which now you wouldn't have, so yay!
I know. And I'll try using Great Weapon Master this time. See how that works since I have advantage. Oh shit.
Oh, wait. Oh, it's a critical hit, so it's a hit no matter what. Oh, thank God. I was going to say, that actually doesn't hit, but you're good.
Okay. I will hit him.
Yes.
Sweet. And I will swing again. I have advantage still, right?
No,
I do not. Okay.
just on the one attack.
I will swing again.
Nice.
And I will do my butt. Sweet. Okay, that's my turn.
Hold up. That one should not have hit. It just turns its thing off. I just have to give it 8 hit points back, though, so no worries.
I thought it hit. Did I misread it?
it says it hit, but it's because
Oh,
I
okay,
forgot to
okay.
turn his thing back on his turn. So now you just turned his thing off. So
Gotcha.
yeah, I
Can
just
I remind?
forgot. Yep, no, you can end your turn. Now I take my legendary action. You bastard, shadowy bastard. I am going to unarmed strike you. Oh,
Hey, Adarakis, I have a question.
yes.
Is there like rules precedent that like if both of these opposed legendary monsters want to take legendary actions at the same time, do they have to like do anything special to make that happen?
Higher initiative.
What?
Higher initiative.
Fair enough. Makes sense.
Yep. I can't get in by you because of Novas. I just hang out outside of the range.
Oh my god, if the fucking Oni doesn't make himself scarce on my turn, there's a reasonable chance I'm gonna fucking snipe the kill.
Oh, I also teleport.
Ah, you little shit.
I teleport over.
Hold up. Is it his turn or is it his legendary reaction?
Legendary.
Alrighty.
I teleport over to here and I begin a ritual that will take me until the start of my next turn to cast this spell that I'm casting.
Isn't the start of his next turn like
Oh crap! I
in
can't
a
start that
turn
until
from
my
now?
turn. I can't start that until my
Yeah.
turn. On my turn, that's what
I
I'm
was
gonna
about to
do.
say. Yeah. I
Just a
figured. I thought
preview.
I'd ask.
Just a preview of what's going on here is I'm gonna start casting a spell that's gonna take me until the start of my next turn. So you just wait until then, and that's what I do.
Ha. Let me look at the distances involved. Hmm. I could spend my time here, or I could rush over there and try and slap the Oni around. But if I do the other thing, I have to sync an attack from a thing. Alright. I don't have rush status effect, right? I never activated that? No. Okay. I'm going to, as a swift action, begin a rush to allow me to dash as a swift action. And then I'm going to sync an opportunity attack to fly to the square via this path.
It's a good path. All right. Let me go ahead and do the attack, and then you can do your turn. I'm just doing it from this guy because he's already got you targeted.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a miss. All right, go.
Yeah. And then I start swinging. Ugh, rolled shit. So maybe move into flanking and kill this guy.
I will be right there. All right, Nova. You are by Oberon and Visanthus. There are shadows all around the perimeter. There's an open pit directly in front of you with the two sarcophagi and the shadow Oni at the end of that passageway. Nothing is by you to like provoke an opportunity attack or anything like that. You have a straight path towards the shadow Oni or anything else that you'd wish to fly towards.
I will stay near my allies to protect them from the shadows, using my guardian spirits. If I move, they'll attack him.
Correct.
So I will then use Sacred Flame, and then I will use Spiritual Weapon.
Okay. Yeah. That's probably really smart. He fails once again at the Sacred Flame. And then you spiritual weaponize him.
Please add 10 to the damage.
It did. No worries.
Wonderful.
Yep. I was way on top of it. But your spiritual weapon misses, unfortunately.
Ah,
It happens. Alright, Shadow 11 is going to get over here by Cress, but I'm only going to be able to get to here, so I'm not going to really have a great attack. No, 19, I lied.
Wow. These lucky schnarts. I'm glad I don't use strength for fucking anything and can just tank all the strength drain. But I'm
Well,
currently
for
down
how
basic-
long? Because you got 7 damage, so if you
I'm
go
da-
to 0, you know.
Yeah, I'm down half my pool. I'm gonna need this to not be the thing that keeps happening.
Right, that's all I'm saying. You know, eventually it's going to start to suck. And so the shadows just form a new conga line, you know.
Just wait, guys. Nova will come over here and y'all will just fucking evaporate.
Finally, my legendary actions have reset. I would have flown over here sooner otherwise. But first, let me go ahead and turn into a swarm of bats. And then I fly over here to attack our nemesis. Oh, look, flanking. How wonderful.
Yep. Drink it in and kill his ass.
I don't mind if I do.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Yeah, stick with me. You could learn a thing.
Damn it, he's just barely not fucking dead.
Let's change that, shall
Ah!
we? Let's change that to
Yeah!
all the way fucking dead.
Yeah!
As the Shadow Oni is pierced with Visanthis's glowing red sword, his form is dranken in to the sword, which now has black veins going all along the glowing red blade. And he says, "This will not be bothering us anymore." As the Shadow Oni and all of the shadows are sucked into the sword in one massive, like, collapse of its power.
Yeah.
You stand across the chamber from your hated foe, Visanthus.
I go to talk. Like straight to him.
I go to Visanthus, straight to that guy.
Yeah, so you guys are on him like bees on honey. And
Nova said they were going to talk.
oh yeah.
I said, yeah, I go to talk. And then I yell out, leave Visanthus alone.
Crest completely blowing you off. It goes like, I think this is our first time meeting in person under friendly circumstances. I just wanted to thank you for helping me not die. I was pretty mad after you almost killed me, but now I consider it kind of even.
Yes, you might even say you owe me.
Nah.
Or I
Don't
could
push.
say it.
Nah. That way. I suppose I change homicidal fixations like a change of hats. These people, they probably have a little more history with you than me, though.
Aha. The glowing wannabe angel. I see that you are very convinced in my utter failure, but what if this whole timeline is not the one that you think I am going to in engulf the light of the sun and destroy all life? What if in this timeline my main objective is the redemption of my soul so that I can be rid of this dread curse? What if the reason that I took your very essence was to try to cleanse the darkness in my soul in order to be freed of this curse once and for all? That by drinking in the power and using the sword, I could finally end myself. You are so convinced that I am the bad guy. But what if we go to the Shadowfell and free me from this? Would you then consider me the enemy of the light that you say I am?
I'm gonna roll for insight.
Yeah. Uh, I will let one of you do that. I'm okay with having to do the rolls for the combat and everything just to make everything flow. But
Smooth.
yeah, but when it comes down to having to do his actual role, one of you is gonna have to do that. Yeah, and I see Bad Data, you already had it and all that. So yeah.
I've had control of the sheet for a while now, so was it
Yeah.
insight?
Yes, sir.
Neat.
Okay, your insight's coming down. The great Nova Yellow Dice. Tumble, little son, as pushed by Kepri. 21.
Yeah. So, you get the feeling that Vasanthus is definitely like manipulating you, but there's a difference between manipulation and lying. Like you can tell the truth and still be like a conniving little weasel about it.
Because I have to ask the question now. Nova's intent was and has always been to save him from his vampiric state and to have him redeem himself by showing him the ways of Palor. Now, the thing was, is it isn't. Now, I know way that he could know this, of course, but she had no intention of trying to make him a follower of Palor, because that would be his choice whether or not he wanted to worship the sun deity. But the Nova is either gonna. I have to choose here as whether or not Nova's gonna be confused, or she's gonna think outright that he's full of shit.
Right. Or it's possible
Because
that like
she-
he's specifically trying to manipulate you, perhaps drinking your essence as much as he did as given him some particular insight, that he's manipulating you, particularly well with this. But your insight is telling you that like he is not necessarily lying here. Like but that doesn't mean he's not being disingenuous at all either. Like you can tell the truth and still be manipulative and all of that. So,
See, I don't want to try to sound like I think he's lying, but I don't know what to believe here, because if he had not resisted her and thrown himself backwards in time, he may have never needed to do any of this in the first place.
I would have been not
So I guess I would
redeemed
say,
the
do
way
you?
that I need to be. I would not have been reunited with my love, and for that I cannot accept anything less. I have lived thousands of years in order to see her again, and I will live a million more if that is what I must do. I am tired of this life and this world and all of this fighting, but if
Vasanthus, please. I am busy at the moment. I do not want to hear what you have to say. And I'm going to continue. I'm going to start praying over talk.
Yeah. I'm gonna fucking lean against the wall as Nova goes back over to Tox's corpse, and I'm just gonna be like, that's interesting.
I will talk with you in a moment. Thank you.
Yeah. So you go over to Tak, who's laying at the top of the stairs, and begin praying. Of course, being a being from Mechanus, it's very unlikely that anything is going to really help him. He's not even a warforged, per se. He's one of
Has
the
been pre-established in this campaign. I'm aware that resurrection is a tricky, complicated, and comes with a high failure of success. Failure.
yeah.
High failure
Chances of
success.
failure.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had a long day at work.
No,
Sorry.
no, it's
no,
all good.
the thing
but-
is that the phrasing is technically correct. It's just very funny.
Well, I will take a few moments and I will pray to Paylor, Sarenrae, and Ilmater that he forgives me. Nova kind of feels a sense of guilt because should she had not restored his consciousness, the enemies probably wouldn't have attacked him. She feels that she has caused violence without causing violence. So she feels really bad right now.
Yeah,
On
yeah.
top of now that in and of itself is of course secondary because that's a selfish thing, but primarily she feels terrible that he's dead. Like that something happened to him. And she
Yeah.
will say, another friend that I have lost in this journey. I'm going to take my shield, and I assume I have something that I can do this with, but I will write a few names on my shield. First name I'm gonna write is Sagi. Second one I'm gonna write is Koalan. Then I'm going to write Lorithir. Then I'm going to write Lothar. And then I'm gonna write Talk.
Yes, indeed. And you can write them in your don't you have Celestial or something like that as one of your languages?
Yeah, I can write them in Celestial.
Something, just really nice, like a really, fitting.
I, the player, Sage, am asking you, the DM, may I use their likeness when using Guardian Spirits for doing this?
Yeah.
As these people have lost their lives and sacrificed their life in defense of this world, by writing their names on my shield, I feel as if they are able to carry on and continue to help by not only defending the world, but by assisting us by defending us as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So
That's fantastic. But make it real quick here, gentlemen. I assume that's okay. These are your characters after all.
I mean, it's delightful that you would do that.
Well, I mean, I'm not like a super hardcore like copyright. Oh my god, but they are technically your IPs, so I'm asking for your permission before I do that as a that's what happens kind of thing.
I think their OCs, IPs is legal.
OC, do not steal.
Just still their technical intellectual property, like it came from them, so it's still the original characters being their property. It does come from them. So either way, that being said, Baller is. I'm so sorry. I can't believe I forgot. What's the gentleman's name who played Lorthier?
Lorthier, his screen name is Nartusk usually.
Okay, is he here? I think I heard him today.
He had to drop, probably for good. But as always, with anyone who says that it's timing and all of that, I leave the door open for them. So, I would like if they were able to rejoin, and they're obviously welcome to rejoin. They were great, but for all intents and purposes, they had to drop. So
Okay, that means so. Now, if I ever were to do something like Toll the Dead or Spiritual Guardians, which I obviously use, I would like their likeness to be.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. You can flavor all of that, basically however you want, typically anyway. So, yeah.
Then I'm gonna go to after doing this. I'm gonna go to Visanthus.
Wait. While you were doing that, I wanted to do something.
Oh, by all means.
I was just going to. While Nova is doing these rites, I'm gonna kind of, run over and give the old Visanthus. I know we're trying this new cooperation thing, but the thing about Dadoni, right?
What is the thing about Dadoni?
It was a guardian.
Ah, yes. Yes. Here. I know exactly what you are talking about, and you know far less than you think you know. I will show you exactly why you need me in your company.
Forging the weapon is one of my life's greatest goals. I will certainly entertain an uneasy partnership if you can further that end.
Oh, I assure you, you have merely scratched the surface of a planet of knowledge. You understand this as a weapon, a tool of destruction. Of course, your small mind would see a hammer and everything becomes a nail, but this is a tool worth so much more than just smashing endlessly against that which you wish to no longer exist.
I'm going to stand up.
I know it to be too.
And
I was going to say, as a closing comment, I see a hammer, but I also see a tool. What a scythe does is harvest. I would use it to destroy and to take. If there's more beyond that, be happy to know. Oh, she's coming. Get ready.
Okay. Noble will stand, and she's going to begin to walk to Visanthus and say, "Speak for yourself. I use neither hammer nor nail, and I do not view others as nails to be hammered. You have called me your enemy. Hated enemy, in fact. And I do not suppose that I do not blame your point of view. However, that is never how I have viewed you. Granted, there have been times where I was quite angry at you, maybe even hated you, but never have I considered you my enemy. I only, my only enemy is suffering itself. To what you have said, I am neither stupid nor foolish. What you have explained to me has made no sense. I have offered you, the time and time again, a way. I have offered you time and time again redemption from your state, and yet all you have done is wrought suffering upon others.
You can't give me redemption. You don't have the power.
What Palor does.
Paylor is a... He doesn't have the power either, trust me.
I'm sorry, that's fucking funny sounding.
If that so-called deity had the power, then I would not have been in this position this whole time.
I have met those before that have blamed the gods for not aiding them, and I cannot answer why they have not prevented your circumstance from occurring, but it has.
I can tell you exactly why. It is why I have agreed to help you to begin with, instead of just destroying you under my boot as I should. You see, this being that calls itself Cress, you consider yourself a guardian, a collector of the shards of the scythe of the last reaper, but you know nothing of its powers, and yet here you are in possession of 3 of its shards, and I have no choice but to acquiesce to the fact that with only 4 shards left out there, you are my most valued ally in order to get the only weapon in the universe, in the entire multiverse, that can kill death once and for all. And by doing so, free me from his wretched curse that he has placed me under for countless millennia, as I have suffered from not being able to see my true love. And so by helping Cress obtain the scythe of the last reaper, we will put it together and kill death, freeing me from my curse, and then I care not what you or any of you call me or wish to do with your lives, for I will finally be free of this wretched curse and this accursed world, and be with the only being in this world that matters to me.
You cannot. You should not kill death.
Well, that is exactly what we are going to do, or I'm going to kill you all right now.
The balance of life and death is too important. It is a fabric of all that exists. To remove it would destroy the balance.
Crass kind of waves one of their hands and goes like, "You needn't worry. Actually, maybe a little. That more or less lines up with the plans I had in place regardless. The Reaper. Killing death won't upset the balance between life and death. Although true Grim Reapers have been around for a long time, they aren't the origin of death itself. That's a much more fundamental things. No, they're more in the business of shepherding souls and making sure that things die. Killing the one true death won't remove death as a concept itself. If that, well, is even possible, it comes from a much, well, older place.
I thought you were knowledgeable of the gods, Nova. Surely you know this one who calls himself Death is not the embodiment of death. He merely claims death as his domain, the same way that Palor claims light. Though if you were to kill Palor, light would still exist, the stars would still burn.
I'm gonna kind of
That
waggle my
is a
finger.
that is a philosophical debate for another time.
Yes.
However,
Indeed. So, on with the show. And with that, he rips open the sarcophagus, revealing the bodies of the ancient kings, and using his vampiric shadow powers, he reaches down and lifts up the sword of the ancient king of Carpathia, and it begins to glow with the black light of his like shadow powers, and he slices open the portal to the Shadowfell and says, "Now, instead of taking us to some random location, this will bring us. We have 3 shards and a shaft to a haft to gather. Once we have completed the scythe, we must go and find Death and kill him. This will take us out near one of the guardians, but first we have one ritual that I think you will appreciate. So we are not going to come out directly in their lair and surprise them like I would like. Instead, we are going to be slightly away, giving us enough time to complete this ritual. But I have a feeling, Nova, you will appreciate what I am going to be able to do for you here. And so, you guys find yourselves on the Shadowfell side of the rift after stepping through, and you're in the same barrow mound that you were just in, except for everything is so much darker, and the carvings on the sarcophagi have demonic faces, and the bones inside them are monstrous and twisted with huge horns and fangs and devil wing bones and everything else. And Visanthus says, by bringing us out here, tied to all of the spirits, I am able to bring us closer to those who are bonded to you. And though they might have seemed lost for much time now, they are not gone forever. And with the power of the scythe, which you so stupidly thought was just a weapon, and yes, I am going to continue to insult you at every turn because I can. And I'm a vampire lord. What are you going to do about it? So
Very smugly, I'm going to kill you at the end of this.
so as you thought this was just a weapon, here, look. And he takes the spirit of the Shadow Oni, and he explains that this is like the distilled essence of the scythe. The Shadow Oni was a guardian of, like, the scythe is essentially an intelligent weapon, and now his sword has the spirit of the scythe in it. And by using the power of his sword combined with the 3 shards that you have, you're able to perform extremely powerful shadow magics that reveal to you the shadowy form of a long lost ally that you thought you would never see again, and yet now before you, the form of this shadow kind of like starts to coalesce and rise up, and it forms legs and a torso and arms and a tiny little tail begins to form, and a long snout on a small framed body forms, and before you, you see the shadowy, almost ethereal, well, I shouldn't say almost, it is ethereal, form of Soggy, who is now returned to the party, if not alive, at least once again in control of himself, and no longer a vampire. You are a shadow, so you're not corporeal, but you're Soggy.
The
I'm gonna
soggy
run over to. I'm gonna run over to him. Soggy, do my eyes deceive me? Is it really you?
sort of like stumbling around. Soggy is sort of like just sort of looking around, very confused, like, and croaking through his shadowy vocal cord, says, Soggy is soggy. Yes, soggy is soggy. Soggy is soggy.
But is he having? Yeah, so Soggy, indeed, you were trapped in some nether void, but now Visanthus, using the power of the scythe, has reconstituted you, at least in shadow form, here on the Shadowfell. So you're basically like a ghost, but unlike, most ghosts, you're still Soggy for all intents and purposes, except for ethereal. So you have a bit of trouble like interacting with corporeal items.
And Soggy, sort of like looking around at the others, says, This is certainly strange and Visanthus?
Ah, yes, Soggy. It is so good to have you back. It is a shame that the process of coming through as a shadow has removed your vampiric nature and therefore my control over you. But I figured this would be a good show of good faith for your companions to see that we can all work together towards common goals. Soggy, didn't you and I work together so well during our time?
Soggy does not remember that exactly, but Soggy does remember thing known as thirst.
Yes, you were quite the enthusiastic minion.
So Soggy wouldn't say that was soggy. As Soggy sort of like mutters that.
I lean over to Oberon. I assure you all of his actions were his own free will. I merely prevented him from being able to attack me.
Soggy, I want you to know I have never forgotten you. I have been praying every day for your return. Hear me. I will save you from this place.
And Oberon turns to General Chrysanthus, and his orb on his neck starts to glow, and he looks at him and he goes, Master is very familiar with the magic you're using, and perhaps may be here or around us.
Ah, yes. I sense a kindred spirit in you. We will do just fine here together.
And it glows, and he goes, we shall see.
And, yeah, so, you know, General Visantis is going to kind of lay it out for you guys. You're going to have 4 bosses that you got to fight, and then you got to go fight death. The first boss that you're going to have to fight here, he explains, is a, well, I guess I should kind of break it down. Of the 4 bosses, one of them is a monstrous shadow dragon that's just like, oh my god, I don't even know how we're going to beat it. We're going to need the power of most of the scythe and, you know, all of that. We're going to have to build up our power here in order to take him on. So let's put him on the back burner just right off the bat and not mess with him. Then of the other 3, the one that has the haft, it says needs to be last, like after the dragon, and won't say anything more about why. Just says that the one that
begs a question for me.
Okay.
Why do we have to use one specific haft?
Because it is the.
I thought anything suitably hafty and magical.
Yes. Yes, it can hold the power of the rest of the scythe, and you know it's still very powerful. But do you want whole artifact or you want half a fucking artifact here?
Fuck! I didn't know there was a true haft. Fine.
No, see how much you don't fucking know.
Well, I mean, now that I know there's a true haft, we have to get the true haft. It was just less complicated back when I didn't know.
Yeah, well, you know, ignorance is bliss.
And Soggy sort of looking at the lady, says, "Who is you?"
Cress, little shadow ball. And since the details were explained so briefly, yes, I have, should say, history with the Last Reaper. My intent is to rebuild his weapon and claim the power of death for my own. And ultimately that did involve reaping the Reaper. So, that's out there and unambiguous. I hope that doesn't serve as an issue for anyone.
Hey, listen,
thing to take issue with.
This thing cursed me, so I want it dead regardless.
Yeah, I know you and I are on the same page. That's kind of irksome. I've just been keeping that under the hat until now.
Great, now you made me agree with Vegeta.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of obnoxious.
Soggy would
I'm gonna walk
like
up.
to have body still.
Nova's gonna walk. I'm gonna walk over to Visanthus, and I'm gonna kind of give him a doughy-eyed look, and I'm gonna say, in this place, where there is neither darkness nor light, it is very important that we can trust each other. I want you to know that regardless of whether or not you had returned soggy, and then I'm gonna whisper into his ear something. Okay?
Yes.
I'm gonna whisper, I forgive you.
As you
And I'll just back up.
as you pull back, roll for perception, please.
Okay. I wish I could.
Well, yeah, Bad Data knows,
Okay.
or maybe he didn't, but either way, he does now. So
Eh. Anyway,
you
Alright,
gotta roll perception for Nova. Maybe
Yeah,
I was
okay.
wrong. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe he still didn't know.
Yeah. Rolling perception for Nova.
I'm so sorry,
Wow.
guys. I'm not even at
Nova's
work because my
perception isn't as
computer
good as I
is
thought
just.
it would be.
It's okay.
Oh, that sucks because I have pretty
You got
decent
an 8.
wisdom. Fuck.
All right. So,
Wait.
you what?
No, I wasn't saying anything.
Oh, okay. You fail to notice, but just for story, there is the smallest drop of a bloody tear forming in the corner of Visanthus's eye before he sucks it back in through sheer willpower.
Oh, neat.
Yeah. Anyway, so speaking of sudden segues, I would now like to know how to do that.
Make Visanthus cry? You just gotta be nice to
No,
him.
that's actually a pretty cool thing to learn. No, but I wanted the shadow thing.
Oh.
Like, this is my shards, damn it. Now I want to know how to wield all their powers.
Yeah. So he shows you that by using the spirit of the scythe in combination with it, he was able to call the specific shadow of Soggy here, but you can just create a mindless shadow out of the shadow stuff with the scythe by doing this, and he shows you how to do it as a standard action.
Ah.
Well, it
cool.
takes him
Can
more
I-
than a standard action to show you how to do it, but
I was about to make the joke. Can I teach that to someone else as a standard action too?
yeah. No, it takes him at least a full round to teach you, but you can now do it as a standard action.
Cool. I guess. Is that packaged? Does a shadow servant have a character sheet?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's got an NPC sheet that you can take control of.
Cool. I'll fucking do that at some point. Cool.
Yeah.
Then neat. That's actually cool. Oh, also, which of the fragments do I have?
The
Fragments are in a numbered list.
Oh,
1
yeah.
through 6.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you still have the same 3 that you had because he took the spirit into the sword. It's kind of his way of making sure that neither of you can betray the other until the end.
Wait, I thought he gave me a fragment because I only had 2.
Yeah. He gave you the fragment when you messed him up. You took it from him.
No, that was my second fragment.
That was your second fragment.
Yeah, so unless he just gave me the third one, I only have 2.
No. That's not right.
Yeah, I've been recording it on my character sheet. I just added the third entry because I thought he gave me the third one. That's why I had that impression.
Oh. I thought you had a third one from a different guardian. I guess.
No, I I had one. I got one when I came to be, and I got my
Uh-huh.
second one from Visanthus, and then that's it. So unless I got the third one from Visanthus just now, I have two.
Okay, yeah, yeah. I'm gonna have to give you a piece in order to do it. So, I guess the Shadow Oni also left behind a shard of the scythe. Um, so you would have the piece that connects to the haft, which would be one.
I have piece number 6, like literally the furthest one from what I wanted. Well, at least I can collapse my chart. And the one piece that I'm not sure where it goes, it doesn't connect to the tip, and does it not connect to the one that connects to the half either?
You have the one that connects to the haft, right?
Yeah, but the one that connects to the half, does the other piece that I haven't connected to anything connect to that one?
I forget.
Okay, cool.
Didn't we have it mapped out? So like I know I told you, I forget whether it was.
Well, you told me we went over a probability chart, but you actually specifically withheld that information from me, so I don't
Gotcha.
know.
Okay.
So I have piece number 1, which is the tip, and piece number 6, which is the part that connects to the half.
Yes.
And the other piece is piece 3 through 5, possibly, because it doesn't connect to the tip, confirmed.
Okay.
And I don't know if it connects to the half.
So
To the half part.
if it's 3, 4, or 5, do any of those connect to your pieces?
Number 5 would connect to number 6.
Okay.
I already tried connecting it to number 1, so it's not number 2.
Okay, so if I roll below 20, you got piece number 5. Otherwise, it's one of the other two. Nope, it's one of the other two.
Fucking hell. Okay, so now I have piece number 1 and then piece number 3 to 4. Okay, cool. Now that's sussed out. I still don't have any completion bonuses for my scythe because none of my parts fit together. This is annoying. Alright, whatever.
So, anyway, the haft cannot be gotten until last, and he just basically refuses to explain why. The dragon is going to have to be second last because he's just too powerful, and that leaves 2 other beings. The first of which is a witch, a blood witch, to be specific, and she rules over the shadow moors here in the Shadowfell, a swamp filled with corpses that come to life and drown anyone who gets close to her fortress. The Blood Tower here, in the Shadowfell, everything is even worse than imaginable on the material plane. So if there's a tower in a swamp on the material plane, it's hard to get to. If it's here on the Shadowfell, you're gonna have to deal with undead hordes and quicksand and rodents of unusual size and everything else that's just gonna make everything that much more of a nightmare to get there. So that's one thing is the Shadow Moors and the Blood Tower with the Blood Witch, and then the other one is a monstrous shadow army of a bugbear. No, not bugbear. Those are the other ones. Hobgoblin warlord here on the Shadowfell with his army of shadow hobgoblins and shadow orcs and shadow goblins, and he just has a veritable army with a huge, massive fortress compound because he's a hobgoblin, so he's very militaristic and far more advanced than your standard orc, big dum-dum leader who just, has savage uh, minions and all of that. No, this guy is organized. And because he's organized here on the Shadowfell, he has the kind of forces to bring to bear against you that make it very difficult. So, Visanthus, sorry this is taking so long. I just want to make sure that I lay everything out as clearly as possible so that you guys can contribute anything that you might want to. But Visanthus is a military genius, and so he lays it out to you like this.
So,
If
and
go ahead.
can I do a history check on the sort of the blood hag?
Yeah.
That's right. His essence was sort of here in the Shadowfell, right? He may know a thing or two.
Yeah. So, what you do know about the Blood Hag is that she is a feared ruler of this, area of the Shadowfell, but she is also like a purveyor of artifacts and things like that. So people do come to her, in order to trade and barter and, do all of that. She's always a dangerous one to deal with, like, Ursula from The Little Mermaid, to where, of course she's trying to make unfair deals and all of that. I mean, she's evil to the core, but she's a being that can be reasoned with to an extent. But anyway, Visanthus, he has a plan where he says what we should do is go and surprise the Blood Witch and kill her and take her shard. And then we'll have 4 of the 7 shards and hopefully have like some cool powers from being able to do whatever we want, with connecting the shard, because like for sure we're gonna have like 3 pieces in a row by the time we get any one of the next pieces, basically.
It's not mathematically possible for the next shard to not connect. I guess geometrically possible for the next shard not to connect to a piece I already have.
Right. It's going to connect to at least 1, possibly 2.
Yeah.
So, we're gonna be getting some new powers, which will hopefully like put us in a better position. Plus, we're gonna raid the shit out of her tower for all of her like witchy brews. And
it's funny.
Soggy sort of
raises
his shadowy. Soggy sort of raises his shadowy hand and says, "Do you think she has spare body for Soggy?"
Doesn't sound impossible.
I could like put you into an alligator or something.
I don't know. That sounds pretty good.
Soggy usually thinks that blood is associated with flesh. That means flesh is body and such and such.
God damn it. Sorry, I have to say, if I was fucking Noman, I could kind of elbow Visanthus and make the joke about at least it'll be a much stronger bite this time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you like flesh, the crocodile has flesh.
I was going to say, it's funny how I was thinking along the same path for more or less the same reason. I was thinking, we should kill the witch first. She sounds like she has much better bitch and magic swag for us to steal.
Yes, and then, if we don't gain enough power, we take items and barter with Hobgoblin Warlord for, Shard, as he has army and many other things. Perhaps Shard not as important as something we could provide for him that would give him better army somehow. I don't know. First we must raid Witch and see what she has, and then we know what we might be able to offer or leverage, or whatever options we have, we know when we get there. Yes.
Yeah, I was about to say, oh, Visanthus, things are definitely not going to go that easy. It's going to be like, now I'll take the thing and maybe give you the shard if you win this trial by combat or something.
But you see, I am NPC. I have in with DM to not have to go through such bullshit.
You can go fucking get triple fucked on lettuce.
Just
Fair
saying,
enough.
I think DM likes me.
Alright, shit. Okay, so how far away is the Blood Witch in her blood tower?
Yes, Blood Witch. So, she would be just over next rise of hill, but that is all her territory, and her undead corpses, they see everything. So, we should discuss approach and then approach. I suggest approach be stealthy.
Well, you have said that she sells things. Could we not simply approach her?
I like the way this one thinks. We come straight to front door and then stab her in back. Act like we are here to barter and then lower her guard.
Is there any possible chance that we could simply purchase or barter for the shard? Do we necessarily need to just kill her?
Well, one
Do
of
we
the
just
one of the two has got to die, or this is gonna get really inconvenient. Or rather, we can't proceed without killing one of them at least, because we don't have a lot of trade goods that exceptionally powerful magical shadow entities are interested in, except for shards. But that gets us nowhere.
Yes, also, she will be unwilling to give up shard. She is true guardian of shards, whereas Hobgoblin Warlord, he simply kill last guardian and now have shard.
I'm sorry. I love how Visanthus goes from like Transylvanian to Russian.
I know. I'm terrible with my Transylvanian tone.
It would be fun to
Woman
see
is
like, a mix
dangerous.
between Transylvanian and Russian.
Yeah. I try to stay...
Perhaps we come to house and woman offers porridge.
Yeah, I try to stay somewhere, in this range, but end up here in Russian range far too often.
Yeah.
Where is vodka?
So, yes. Although, I guess if we were going to offer trade and then stab her, having shards makes the trade seem pretty genuine, don't you think?
I must say, the fact that we have shards may alert her to, our presence to begin with. She may already know we are here.
I can set up a countermeasure against that. It would take like an hour of work, but I can transmute my material to lead. It blocks the divinations. Then I can store the shards inside my person to make the approach easier. It won't be a magic beacon.
I am immune from being tracked through magical means. And I cannot be sensed by such things as well. I mean, I'm not sure I could be full of crap there. I don't know.
No, this is true. I was unable to track you.
Mm-hmm. So
You did a pretty good job of it, regardless.
Yes.
Well, I'm going Russian too here. You've made a really good. You have made a really good attempt of it, however. You managed to find us wherever we were.
Yes, that is because I did not track you. I tracked your power.
Eh? Anyway.
I was able to detect sources of divine power and use that to figure out which way you were going.
Ah.
I
And
see.
besides, the only reason that also, I've been thinking about giving up this compression build anyway. So replacing it for a lead line seems pretty good, considering I haven't had compression come up once.
Yes, well, whatever means we use, she may already be aware that we are on this plane, so be prepared for her to have her guard up.
Hmm. Well, the only thing we can do is try.
This is true, but if we are going to send people in to talk to her, perhaps we should put on our best face, so to speak.
No.
Soggy is not sure if this has face, but Soggy will make sure to have.
Yeah, you do look exactly like Soggy, just like dark and shadowy. But yeah, that is exactly what I mean. You see, were we to come in there with the shadow, she may trust us more than if we come in there with wannabe angel of light.
If it's not anything, I'm gonna start conducting my ritual over here.
Hey, what are you doing? Don't do magic I don't know.
I'm transmuting my composition to lead.
Ah, okay, we discussed this. Carry on.
Hmm.
That's right. Remember who gives orders.
Me.
Me. Look, I think it's very important that we establish who is the leader here.
It's me.
I would vote me.
I vote the person who's currently holding the most shards.
I vote the thing with the most power,
Which is me.
which is me.
You are
This
both
is
ridiculous,
pointless.
you know that? You are both being ridiculous.
This is very fun. I
I'm
don't
ju-
get to have these kinds of arguments with you guys.
I'm just saying that if we establish right away who is leader, then when time to follow orders, the confusion is kept to minimum. And now I'm Russian again. You have me so upset I'm Russian.
Anyway, so main argument: the leader is not Vicentis.
That's yeah. I mean, and so Visanthus is just gonna like be jockeying for power as much as he can in order to try and convince you guys that you should listen to him. But at the end of
I
the
think
day, oh, go ahead.
I have a pretty good idea of who our leader through the Shadowfell should be. She's gonna turn around and she's gonna walk right up to Sagi, lean over, and say, "I think it should be you."
Soggy sir looks at Nova, then looks at the group. Nova group, and just like Soggy?
Nah,
Yes.
I'm gonna fold my.
No one has ever told Soggy to lead.
Well, think about it. You have been in this realm for quite some time. You would probably know it very well, and you would be able to tell us about incoming dangers that we are unaware of.
That's not actually true. He was in a void.
Okay.
Yeah, if he was like here on the Shadowfell, that'd be one thing, but like he was in a void, you were just able to get him here on the Shadowfell because the void connects to the Shadowfell.
Mm. Oh, okay. So he was kind of pulled from another realm.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's why when you tried to find him, he was just like in some void.
Oh, darn. Because I don't know how I got the impression, but I was thinking that he was like just kind of not necessarily with any kind of form, but just in the Shadowfell. But
Yeah.
I don't know how I got that in my head.
Yeah,
But
sorry.
all right. Well, I know we would then vote for no real leader if you wouldn't really care too much in either direction.
This is fine. So long as no one who isn't me is not the leader. Stop doing math.
Oberon kind of turns to Vasantis and he goes, uh, in a voice that doesn't sound like his orb starts to glow, and he says, Oberon only follows one leader, has one master.
All right. So
As long as you know how to work together, I think we will be just fine.
yes. All right. Anyway, so. Okay. Well, things are done on my end. I guess I'm ready to mobilize. Although,
Never mind.
I guess, do we have
Are we
like
taking stealthy or
Foggy
backstabby
chooses
approach?
stealthy.
Wait, I had to ask first. I'm down some hit points and missing strength. Are there any spare healing spells still active?
Well, you guys have taken a short rest as of right now, so you can do the short rest thing, and we can do whatever else we need to from there. However, yeah, let's take the short rest opportunity to also hammer out these plans. Soggy wants stealthy. Vasanthus is, fine either way. He likes a good, backstab.
I think the backstab is easier and might preclude us some level of tussling with her minions.
Hello?
Hi.
Yes, we hear you. Did you have something to add?
No.
What about Oberon? Anything to add? Would you prefer stealthy or backstab?
Um, uh, doesn't matter. Um, Stealthy, I guess.
Well, then it pretty much comes down to Nova, who
Um,
who kind of did suggest the backstab. So I mean, not literally. Nova
Yeah.
suggested that you guys just barter, but I mean, you could start with the plan to barter and then backstab if necessary.
Well, I would, yeah. Nova, let me think. I would prefer if we could take the path that would offer least resistance. If we could simply, since it seems as if she's at least welcoming of people coming to visit her. I see no reason why we should have to sneak in when we can simply go see her.
Well, I mean, obviously she has protections in place. If she knows that you are coming, it is far harder to get past her defenses that, are at her front gate.
Hmm. And I assume that if she is able to sense sense the other shards, probably would expect that we're coming to take hers.
Yes, this would be logical.
I'm not very good at sneaking, however. My armor makes me quite cumbersome.
Yes, also your presence would cause suspicion. Oh, that was very Russian. And so I suggest that we leave you behind while we go and handle this, not the least of which is so that your delicate sensibilities are not offended by anything we might have to say or even do to her. Unless you wish to come and incinerate her as you would do to me, as you did to Soggy.
Soggy did not enjoy that.
Well, yes, do not blame
Oh,
me.
dang.
I gave you life eternal. She is the one who took it from you.
Was that
Dang.
life eternal? Or was it more eternal thirst?
We're all Russian now. You see what you did, DM?
Bears on unicycles, every one of us.
Let us first go to Kremlin and have vodka.
Yeah. Suddenly, everyone in the party starts doing the Russian leg dance.
Just fucking do the chopsticks kick the whole way there.
Trotsky kick.
Yeah, Trotsky kick. Yeah, there you go. We have fun here.
Alright, so I think we should do the merchant approach, because I'm now insulated against divinations to a degree.
Yeah, well, it appears that you guys win the vote. Although definitely there was some.
Maybe
What?
I was gonna say maybe we could just disguise Nova's Nova-iness.
Yeah, well, so
How's that?
that's the next part of it is, so you guys want to approach as a merchant, but Visantis strongly recommends that Nova go off into the corner and die alone.
Just go do that.
Yeah, just go crawl into a corner and die is what Visantis suggests. So.
Well, I mean,
I am not so sure that I will do that.
Well, I mean, it's not exactly convenient, but like, maybe if Nova put on some of my spookier clothes, it would cover up all that godliness. Because I'm mostly metal endoskeleton under here. I can go without a cloak.
Well, I mean, the problem is that the same way that you do-gooders have this uh, divine sight, I have heard some call it, where you can tell who is undead or fiend or fey, and you sense who is good and who is evil, and you label us with your labels and your desire to put us into boxes and chains and
Cress is opening and closing her hand over and over again as he continues to meander about the point.
yeah. But either way, the point is, evil guys have this too. And so, damn it, now I'm Russian again. The evil guys have this power too, but it is different from your power, and they will sense this holy do-gooder's aura from a mile away.
But Nova's amulets guards them against divinations. Shouldn't it like help us halfway there if they don't look the part either?
Oh, yes, I did forget that she has the amulet of non-detection. So, actually, yes, this should work. We just need to cover
Yeah,
up.
that's what I had alluded to earlier. When I was
Yeah.
like, I have means.
Yeah, we must cover up this glowworm aesthetic she has going on though.
Yeah, and see.
And what is wrong with my aesthetic?
It looks too good.
You look like vampire from Twilight.
Oh, wait a second. So to what Chris says, I'll say, oh, well, thank you.
During this time, Soggy is going to see if he still if he can connect to the Bunyip.
Oh, I'm sorry, Hazard. Right now on the Shadowfell in your shadow form, you're not connected to anything. You feel soulless. You're not the Thirst, the vampire that wasn't soggy, but you're soggy like without a soul.
The Soggy.
Yeah, like you don't have a soul right now. You know, you are your soul, but like it's a little different.
It's like missing a body.
Yeah, so you're like completely like experiencing
I figured as much, but Soggy was just trying. Testing.
Yeah, no, I wanted to just, make sure that I was clear that like right now you're just really like disconnected and don't feel anything, and therefore like you're not going to be able to do any of that for right now. We'll get you a body, maybe. That seems to be your goal, so let's
Yes.
let's see what happens.
That's
Anyway.
certainly the goal.
So, finishing that sentiment, Cress is going to continue, but most of that good lookingness can like be covered up if you just throw on some of what I'm wearing. I don't imagine you keep spooky clothes in your back pocket.
Yes, I agree. Your fashion is quite terrible.
So, what do you say?
I suppose if it will help us.
Cress is first going to just quickly kind of slide off the cloak of the bat and toss
As
it
you
over.
go to remove the cloak, it will not come off.
Why the fuck not?
As you struggle with it further, it suddenly tries to bite you.
What?
The cloak turns into a cloaker.
I am sorry? How long has my cloak been a cloaker?
Well, ever since it was born.
I feel like it's weird that this slipped my notice.
It is.
Soggy sort of notices this and sort of thinks and
Hold on,
he's going to roll an arcane check.
Hold on.
Okay, you can roll an arcane check, but what?
Hold on, wait, seriously, I'm being attacked by my cloak.
Yes.
Do I have to enter combat?
Yes.
Soggy's trying to see if he can help with the situation by calming the cloaker.
I mean, go ahead.
I can't believe an item I started the game with was secretly out to get me.
Well, not if you wouldn't have tried to take it off. It was doing
This
just fine.
this implies that I never like took it off to wash myself or oil my joints or anything. I must be filthy.
I didn't think you needed to like wash yourself like that. Like, yeah.
I am literally an active adventurer. I get covered in dirt, rain, the blood of my enemies, and I still have some skin to emit sweat and BO.
Huh. See, I thought you were robotic enough to not need that kind of thing. Is the
Yeah, well,
assumption
I
I
mean,
was going off of.
most of that skin is in my face and head, but the point still stands. I mean, the only outcome now is that I've never taken the cloak off, and I'm like gore slack and smelling like viscera.
Yeah, I guess that does create a weird thing like that. I just, like I said, I assumed that you didn't need to really do that, and so having something that allows you to fly away and everything was like pretty powerful. So I figured you'd, just use that as much as possible. Um, but
I
yeah,
mean, I'm not convincing my way out of this being a cloaker now. I just assumed we were on friendlier terms or something. I
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah. Like I said, just didn't think it through that, like, yeah, maybe you would have tried to take it off to, like, do whatever, because it's just a cloak. If it was like armor or something, I'd be like, oh yeah, of course, you try to take it off to sleep at some point or whatever. But anyway, you guys
Yeah, it's
are
just weird.
near the swamps, so I'm just gonna pull up this here map in order to be the map, but the cloaker flies up and rolls initiative, and I will get you guys set up for that in just a moment.
And
Were we about to
DM,
fight like his cloak, like her
Yeah.
cloak,
Oh, don't.
is this thing gonna die, like, and then not like she not be able to fly around anymore?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna be so fucking butt mad, actually.
well, Sagi's going to try and find a way to calm it down.
Yep.
That's what the arcane
You know what?
chapter.
Don't roll
I
for
could just
initiative
cast.
just yet, though.
I could just cast calm emotions on it or on everyone, right? I guess whatever.
Yeah. So give me just 1 second to set up the combat tracker here. Alrighty, and Soggy, you got 18. And now everybody can roll for initiative.
Sorry if I rolled early.
Just a little bit early. I just didn't want everybody else to do it in case they were still in the other combat mode. I just wanted to make sure, but you're all good. Don't worry about it. And if you would please roll for Nova. Vendetta, if you would please roll for Nova's initiative.
Yeah, here we go. There it is.
All right. And so, Visanthus, I get to roll for him. Cress, you are first up. Button.
No, like I'm at a
Oh!
loss for words.
You don't have
Like,
the
what the
map
f-
and a bunch of other stuff, so let me do all of this.
Again, regardless of that, I'm still stumped as what the fuck do I even do? I don't want to kill my cloak.
Oh, I know. That sucks. Now, shut up and kill your only method of, like, getting around.
It's not my only method. I just didn't want to spend the points on buying flight. It's a really convenient feature. Nah. Maybe I can beat it up and tame it.
That's what's I rolled the thing for.
Just beat it into submission, be like, get back on my back and fly me around.
No, that's basically what I'm imagining. I have to try that. I mean, I'm not going to start with killing it. That gets me nowhere. At least this is a plan.
And did you at least see the fact that I rolled a sort of arcane check?
I did. It's not your turn yet, but I will.
Oh, okay. Just
Yeah.
sorry.
No, it's okay.
So my cloak is attacking me, and I can't access the powers of my cloak.
This is correct.
I'm all right. Yeah, I'm just gonna start beating it up. I literally don't know what else to do with disobedient magic item.
Yeah, you beat it into submission.
So yes, I'm gonna start punching it, and obviously, express intent is to leave the cloaker alive. Should I reduce it to 0?
Yeah, non-lethal damage. I gotcha.
So I swat the fucking thing with an iron fist, I guess.
Bad magical item. Stop being a monster and go back to being a magical item.
Yeah, I'm so fucking lost.
You'll have to forgive me, Cress, but I do not want to wear that.
Thanks for the commentary. Now fucking help me smack it back in line.
Well, like I said, whenever given the opportunity, I'm going to cast Calm Emotions on it.
Yep. First up
Even though it's more of a radius thing.
Yep, first up is Soggy, though. So, Soggy, what do you do?
As you saw, I rolled an Arcana check to see.
Yes. So, you go to try and understand what is going on with this cloaker, and what you know is that cloakers hide as magical or mundane cloaks that can entice their, I wouldn't even call them victims, more like hosts, into putting them on, and then they just slowly feed off of them in various ways that is more symbiotic than parasitic, and can often, go entire lifetimes without being noticed by like powerful adventurers who enjoy the powers that the more powerful cloakers can provide. This one only, just became powerful enough to provide Cress with any of the powers that it had, and so it's young and greedy enough to have not allowed Cress to take it off as it was still feeding, and revealed itself a lot of cloakers are smart enough to, know that their host is going to put them back on. They just have to wait a little bit. But this one must be young and aggressive and just kind of gave up the ghosts.
Soggy, realizing this, tells this to the others and says, "We need to be careful. This is if Cloaker is convinced to be calm, then it will return to Cress and be helpful again."
Okay, do you do anything?
If anything, he's going to sort of like be a sort of distraction and actually no, not a distraction. He's going to try and help Nova gets to like calming emotions, so he's just waiting for a moment for when Nova gets calming emotions onto it.
Okay. Nova, it is your turn.
Yep, calm emotions.
Yep. And no, 19. That is a success. I don't want to be calm.
Well, hot damn.
Is that your turn?
Yeah.
Ugh, my friends, here, let me help you. Such pathetic creatures you are. I mean, really, does it ever get, like, old just being so useless and pathetic constantly?
At least I don't want to kill myself.
Hey, if you were alive for 7,500 years, you'd want to die too, okay?
Holy shit, the
Wait.
fucking clapbacks.
It wasn't really being very pleasant being thirsty all the time.
Yeah, exactly. Listen to friend. Judge me for wanting to die after 7,500 years. You try living for 1,000 years. See if you like it.
Alright, so
Well, if we are truly pathetic,
Alright,
at least it is better than living that long.
I am trying to do dominate person here, but it is not giving me my my spells.
Although a cloaker is a person.
Oh,
doesn't dominate person only work on humanoids?
yeah. Oh, Jesus. Oh, I mean, oh, Paylor. How embarrassing. I don't even know how my own power works.
I'm sorry, but now I can imagine as he walks over and actually tries that, and the cloaker just goes.
Usually this works. I don't know what's happening.
Don't worry, don't worry, it happens from time to time. It happens to everyone at least once in a while.
I just beat this thing then. I don't know why I'm even wasting time.
I'm gonna be super annoyed to kill my fucking cloak.
I did not kill.
How often have you suffered from? How occasionally do you suffer from magical impotence?
Alright, what's my cloak do?
It attacks you.
Okay, cool.
It tries to wrap its tail around you and get back on you to keep feeding.
Okay. I'll sync that.
No, 19! And it starts draining your blood. I love it.
What of it I have?
I love it. It's so good.
Again, I have to assume this monster has an iron deficiency. It choose a really shitty target if it wanted blood.
Yeah. I like your rusty blood.
See, do I have any inspiration? No, I don't. I don't feel like I've gotten any of that.
Oberon?
I will cast Hexblade's Curse on it. Let me target it. Is it on there?
It says to yourself, yes.
To myself. Hold on.
Wait.
Guys, I can
No,
stand up
you just
to a
click
few
the
more rounds
thing.
of beatings. Try something other than killing it.
Why?
It's his thing he uses. It's the cloak. He doesn't want to lose his magic item.
I don't have anything other than to kill it.
Then, just wait. I mean, I'm not at risk of dying yet. This is a magic item I started with and is important to my character.
Okay.
In other words, it's sort of like a pet that's just gone unruly.
Fucking... I didn't know it was a pet. I feel really weird that I didn't know my own cloak was a fucking cloaker. Ugh. I don't fucking know. Maybe I can spook it into compliance? Yeah, I took proficiency in intimidation. Boo. I'm gonna grab this thing by the mandibles and try and scare it. Roll shit, though.
Yeah, sit boy.
You do manage to frighten it, but that doesn't necessarily mean what you think it means.
Well, I'm trying something here. I just don't have a lot of options other than just hammering it until it's unconscious.
Yeah, so it is spooked. I'm gonna tell you, you succeeded, but here's what it's gonna do in response.
Okay.
Once your turn is over. Once it's its turn, it'll show you what it does in response.
Okay.
It does have disadvantage on attacks against you for this round, at least.
Okay.
Soggy, seeing that the cloaker is a bit battered and frightened, decides to use a bit of persuasion to convince it to settle down and to understand that it wasn't trying to be taken off for no good reason. It was that the symbiotic nature between him and Cress wasn't being disrupted.
Simadana. Okay. Yep. So you try to persuade the cloaker. It's too hurt and scared and hungry and young and stupid to listen to you right now, though. It also only speaks deep speech in Undercommon.
And Soggy sort of looks to the others and says, "Does anyone know how to talk the deep language?" Soggy only knows how to talk to water.
And then is that your turn? Oh, Nova, what do you do? Calm emotions again?
Sure.
Okay, so you're gonna have to use a level 3 slot to do it.
I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. And it fails. Good job. So now you have applied calm emotions to the cloaker, which moves it from hostile to natural. And it is no
I guess
longer
that'll be my turn.
and it is no longer frightened.
At least it's not like spazzing out anymore.
Right. Vasanthus is like, well, I mean, if you're going to do that, I suppose I will not use my action to attack it. I guess I dodge. Oh my god, you have reduced me to using dodge like some sort of NPC peasant. I am legendary creature. And now I am Russian again. Damn it.
God damn it.
This should be a common joke for DeSantis.
So the cloaker just kind of
We have
flaps.
ways of making you walk.
It just kind of flaps its wings and hovers there, almost stunned for a second.
I'll do nothing.
I'm
You
gonna
don't
point
know
to
a
the
deep
cloaker.
speech or undercommon,
I'm
Oberon?
going
Yeah,
to communicate
Oberon
using
just
some really
happened. Oberon just happens to speak the language of the Underdark or oceanic creatures.
I'm gonna use some real common phonetics here. I'm gonna have Crest point at the cloaker, and then like pat their shoulder.
All right. Roll animal handling at disadvantage.
Yeah, no shit. Come on, awesome rolls. I need him to succeed here. 6.
Yeah.
Dropped to 10.
I
Could have
don't
been
think
alright.
I don't think 12 was gonna do it anyway. So
Yeah, it's not something I'm good at, but like, what else am I gonna do? We're gonna have a staring match until it figures out.
it wasn't a terrible attempt. Soggy, what do you do?
Yeah. He's going to use the animal handling tactic too.
All right. You will also have disadvantage.
Fortunately, I'm going to use it to make it neutral with my point of inspiration.
There you go.
Good man.
Oh, you come really close to like being able to get through to the cloaker, enough so that it like kind of turns to you and is like very interested in you, but it's still just kind of flying there, like not sure what to do, hesitant to come forward. It doesn't want to be attacked. Is that your turn?
Well, it's now Nova's trying to like figure out how to peacefully resolve this conflict.
Nova blasts it into oblivion. Screw that.
Yeah, she grabs it, throws it into the sky, and casts Dawn on it. Some Dragon Ball Z shit.
I'm pretty sure that we're like demonstrably from what Visanthus did to the cloaker, we could rip it apart inside of a round if we wanted to. Maybe it would be easier to coax if you healed it.
It's not a terrible idea.
Is it my turn?
Yes, it is, sir.
Yes, it's your turn. Like,
Oh, okay.
use a weak heal. You don't need to heal it like you're trying.
Oh,
to save
hold
something.
up! I just did a quick Google search here, because I was curious, because I was like, wait, that seems like something. Kobolds speak Undercommon.
What?
Kobolds speak Undercommon.
Really?
Yes.
Not Soggy. He speaks Common, Draconic, and Primordial.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'll say Um, I think. Okay, are we done fighting with your cloak?
It's still hesitant about coming back and helping. Maybe you could like give
Okay.
it an incentive.
She wants you to cast a small like healing word or something on it, just enough to like show it that you guys are beneficial.
Okay. I guess I will slowly walk up to it. I will get down on my knees, like kind of like when you kneel before like a dog or something, and then I'll cast healing word.
All right. So, uh, casting. Oh, why don't you have that? All right, there we go. Boom, boom. Casting healing word on the cloaker. You heal it for 5 points of damage. Well, wait, no, forgot to add. Uh, 3, and then you would also heal your Smelf for 3. All right, and just in case, oh, you're not wounded. All right. So there you go. You heal the cloaker. Da 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 da. Visanthus. I am simply going to move to the side so as to protect Soggy. The cloaker rolls for wisdom and realizes that you guys have healed it and we're able to attack it and smack it down the way an alpha cloaker would, to a young cloaker, just kind of bite it and let it know not to do that. But then also backed off, thereby not kicking in its life or death fight or flight response. And so it floats back down to return to Cress's shoulders.
Wow.
And Saki just sort of politely claps.
Cress is gonna like look over and give a thumbs up to Soggy. Okay. Well, I wasn't expecting that at all. So, let me give you everything but the cloak. Visanthus, would you venture yours?
Yes, I will gladly help with this clothes beam. And he's able to use his magic illusionary powers to create whatever you need.
And Sagi's going to roll a survival check to see if he can get some real creepy plants to decorate Nova.
Sagi comes back with a bunch of black and red leaves and flowers that he wants to put on you, Nova. And so, as you guys prepare to march up to the Blood Witch's keep, now having disguised the ASMR as, somebody not here to cast a bunch of light into their shadowy world, the 5 of you are confronted by the Blood Witch's guards, giant like zombie skeletons. They're not zombies with like the full zombie bodies, but they have tendons and everything on the bones, so they're not just like the regular skeletons either. They have enough, no pun intended, meat on their bones to give them a far more substantial heft and strength and toughness and all of that. But, being skeletons, they still don't, feel all of the pain and are not slowed down like zombies are and everything. And like I said, these are giant ones. They are huge, like hill giants or, something like that, but they are completely skeletal with the tendons and muscles still clinging somewhat to the bones. And the guards kind of like stop you, and you're not allowed to bring your weapons in. They have a whole thing. So if you guys are gonna fight the guards on your weapons, you can. Otherwise, they're gonna demand that you give them up before allowing you entrance. But I'm going to give you this week to think about it, because here is where we draw to a close for this session of Heroes Wanted. I want to thank you guys for playing. I want to thank anyone who's watching. And as always, everyone,
Good
gaming.
gaming.